Do you want to learn how to create mind-blowing visual effects utilizing AI like this? Whoa, that always stings. Well, now it is more possible than ever thanks to the wealth of AI tools available to us without the need to learn complicated softwares like Adobe After Effects, Blender, and Cinema 4D. However, the landscape of social media and freelancing is getting more and more competitive by the day thanks to these tools. So to create something truly captivating usually requires a bit of finesse and some tips and tricks like the ones that we're gonna go over in this video here. Today, I'm gonna show you how to create crazy visual effects utilizing Google's Veo 3.1 and real footage, or any footage for that matter. The other tools we're going to be using to accomplish this are our Glif Veo 3.1 Master Prompter Agent. That's really going to be our secret sauce in this video, and an editing software of your choice. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro. So if you're ready to create mind-blowing VFX, let's get into it. So as I mentioned in the intro, for the video editing portion of this and to bring it all together, we're going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro. However, this portion can be done in any video editor you have access to, such as DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, or Final Cut Pro. So in Premiere right now, what we have here is we have this raw clip that I shot with my camera outside in the yard. Just nothing fancy, super simple. Me just sitting down, cameras on a tripod, and just filming myself staring at the camera, letting out a cheesy laugh. So first thing we have to do is decide on the frame we want our VFX to start on that we will be giving to Veo 3.1. So after scrubbing through, I went ahead and marked this frame right here. So to make my life easier, I'm going to split my clip in here. For me, this shortcut is W in my Premiere, and I'm going to erase that second part of the clip. So this is the frame right here that we are going to be using for Veo. Now, every video editor has an export frame function. You want to use this, and you do not want to just take a screenshot of this because you want the highest quality image to be able to give to Veo. So down here in the right-hand corner, I'm going to click this little camera, and this is to export the frame. And all this is going to do is allow me to export the screenshot of this into the folder. So now I have this screenshot from my video. So now that we have our screenshot from our video and we know where we want to start with Veo 3.1, we're going to come to glyph.app, and in the agent page, we're going to go to video and image, and we're going to find the Veo 3.1 master prompter. This is going to be the agent that is going to write our optimized Veo 3.1 prompts for us. In the top right hand corner, go ahead and click on chat. And now all we're going to do, you can start with one of these buttons right here, but we're just going to get right into it. So we're going to drag our screenshot, the frame we exported from Premiere, into the agent, and we are going to tell it what we want our prompt to be about. Now, I am going to be speaking my prompt out. I'm using a voice transcription software called Whisper Flow that I really enjoy when it comes to iterating prompts rather than typing everything, because it lets me kind of like flow with my thoughts naturally, and I feel like I have an easier time iterating. So we're going to tell the Veo 3.1 master prompter, using this as the starting frame, can you please write me a prompt that describes this man holding his hand up, and as his hand ignites in flames, he then waves his hand over the grass, creating a flaming pentagram in the ground, that then a monster rises out of the dirt, and both the man and the monster let out a sinister laugh. This is an 8-second video. I would like the monster to be grounded in realism and not look very CGI. So that's going to be the prompt, and this is usually the level of detail and just the amount of information that I would give something like this to start off with. The more you can articulate your idea, the better the prompt it will be able to write for you. So first it is going to analyze our image, and now it's going to give us a Veo 3.1 prompt that is optimized in the timestamp style of prompting that Veo really loves. And Sora 2 also really loves it too. So basically what this prompt looks like is it breaks it off into sections. So we have the prompt, we have the cinematography, we have the actions broken down into 2-second intervals from 0 all the way up to the final 8 seconds, and the dialogue. So all we're going to do is copy our prompt all the way down to the dialogue. Boom. So now that we've copied our prompt from our agent, we're going to go ahead and bring it over into Veo 3.1 over on Google Flow. Now, I've already ran this prompt along with a couple other examples that I want to show you, but here is the video that this prompt made. So that's pretty much exactly what I asked for, right? Now, were all of them similar? Pretty much. Probably slight variations of the monster and the camera, just slightly. But these are all pretty spot on with one another. Flaming hand, waves, pentagram in the grass, monster. And the best one, I think, was this one. So, something that I want to point out and talk about here is that with this prompter, it's going to always give you a timestamp prompt. This style of prompting works extremely well if you know and you have the idea in your head that this is what I want. If you're still searching for the idea, just start off with very simple prompts and kind of give the video model the freedom to play with your idea, and then take something you see that it gives you that you like and iterate on it even further with something like the Veo 3.1 master prompter or an agent. Because when you timestamp prompt like this, you're essentially constricting the video model, because notice how these 4 outputs were crazily similar, whereas usually with these video models, you get 4 outputs that, sure, they might be doing something along the same lines and doing the same thing, but they're all pretty drastically different. That is a very big takeaway I want you to get from this video. Here are a couple other examples of things that I did. So this one, I blew ice on the ground. It cracked. I reach in with 2 hands and I pull out a fish. So I was thinking about like turning my backyard into like ice fishing. And then this one here, I had 2 garden gnomes pop out of the dirt and deliver pizza to me. And these examples are all so wildly different. This one, I blow water on the ground, a volcano comes out and erupts in front of me. I wanted to really showcase how far you can push the model in all these different directions, because let's ask it for something just really crazy to further prove the point here. Let's say, now using this as the starting frame, please make the man touch the grass with both hands and a garden of eyeballs spring out of the grass. As the eyeballs spring out of the grass, the man looks increasingly more disgusted. And we'll get that prompt and we'll run this. So we ran this eyeball prompt and here we go.
What the hell?
Now, we could go back and we could iterate on that. We weren't specific on what we wanted the man to say, so it took some liberties there, but this would be a great place to start to further iterate. Now, there's one more thing I want to point out about all of this so that you can have the best success when trying to do these VFX shots, especially if you're using yourself and you're trying to combine it with real footage. Okay, so to end off, and this is a very important point that I really think a lot of people kind of throw to the wayside. I filmed this intro to this video you're watching now specifically so I could use it as an example. So the starting frame that I gave Veo here for this intro shot where this alien centipede thing crawled out of my face, when I filmed this, I planned on doing this, so I knew I was going to come to the camera, I was going to pull my eye down, and so on and so forth. However, there's not enough context in this shot for it to keep me myself. Most of my face on one side is covered in a shadow. It can't see the bottom of my chin. My hand is obstructing this side of my face. So when the shot continues, when Veo is doing its thing, it's going to reconstruct my face in any way it kind of wants to. It's just going to take these wild guesses. So the context of the shot is really important. That means that if you're working with a subject and this is a shot where you need the subject to be as close to retaining its original likeness as possible, you need to shoot it with your phone or with your camera or whatever you're shooting it on, with the idea that that subject needs to be the most dominant thing in the frame, specifically in the frame that you're going to take and give to Veo to do the VFX. So that wasn't me, but it was like, it's okay, right? Because it's the alien, it's all weird and stuff. And then I shook my head when I was recording with the idea that I was going to shake my head and use that as the end frame in Veo to get a smooth transition out of this. So if I play it at normal speed, that is a pretty seamless transition from a Veo shot to a real shot. And it's because there's a little bit of foresight and thinking going into it before even filming the clip. So guys, I hope that this was extremely helpful for you. I hope that you can be inspired to really start taking some footage of yourself or from just something you record on your phone and playing with these tools to really start building these cool VFX shots. Veo is amazing. Using something like the Veo 3.1 master prompter just helps you iterate even quicker. And it's so nice to go back and forth with something like Claude, because that's what the brain of this is with all the custom instructions that I gave it, to just have that conversation with, because you have your own ideas and you have your own biases that will always find their ways into the prompts you create. These things are the most useful for breaking out of that monotony of your own thoughts. So guys, my name is J Boogs Creative. This is Glif.app. If you make something cool with us, tag us on everything at Hey Glif. If this video brought you any type of value, please consider liking and subscribing, because we got a lot more coming your way. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everybody.